Paka had been walking alone just outside the village when it happened. A sudden, brutal hit to the back of his head. The world twisted. Then, nothing. When he woke, he was moving, dragged across the ground. His hands were tied behind his back. A rough cloth covered his eyes. Every bump on the forest floor scraped his skin. Roots, stones, dry branches. His head throbbed. His ears buzzed. Then he noticed it. The air had changed. No more warm village breeze. Now it was thick, smoky. It smelled like burnt herbs. Old strange things. The ground felt colder. The space around him heavy, chance, low, deep, like the ground was humming. This was where Naraka had taken him, the deep forest, a place of shadows, a place of ritual. Even blind, Paka felt it. A boot struck the back of his leg, hard. "Sit," said a voice, low, harsh. He dropped to his knees, heart racing, breath shallow. The chants grew louder. Footsteps moved in circles around him. Whispers, strange and sharp. A language he didn't know. He wasn't alone. Someone nearby was crying. A woman, close. Her sobs cut through the chanting. Paka tried to speak, but the gag held tight. He twisted. Hands shoved him down, strong hands. You are watching the Tales of the Savannah. Subscribe and be part of the tribe. Now let's get back to the story. He remembered the silence in the village, how everything felt wrong, how the red-robed strangers moved like shadows. Raya had brought them. He'd followed once, quietly. No one listened. His mother had looked at him like he wasn't there. "Your aunt is strange," she said once. "She brings strange people. Always has." His father had said, "They're guests, Paka. Show respect." But now, he was tied up, in the dark, surrounded by whispers and smoke. Then, light. The cloth was ripped from his face. The world returned in a blur. His eyes stung. He blinked fast and saw his mother crying, his father beaten, bound. Paka froze. This was real. Then came the voice, calm, cold, cruel. "Shumba, we gave you a choice. You said no. So now you'll help anyway." Paka looked around. More of them. All the ones Raya brought. And there she was, at the back, watching, saying nothing. They had planned this, moved in silence, surrounded the village. Shumba stared at the man, his voice cracked. "You don't understand what you're doing." But the man only smiled. "Oh, we do. In less than an hour, we summon him. And this time, you won't stop it." Far above in the skies beyond the clouds, Naraka stood still. He had seen everything. Paka's capture, Leona's tears, Shumba's fall. His breath was quiet. His fists were tight. How dare they? Touch his chosen, bind them like animals. In his chest something burned. Not anger, rage. But he didn't move. He couldn't. He had to be summoned. And the summon was coming. Close now. To Naraka, it was seconds away. To the world below, an hour. And so he counted.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
The time had come. There was silence in Jabali's homestead. The fire cracked. Spoons scraped against wooden bowls. No one spoke. Their appetite was off. Earlier that day, Jabali had taken Chipo to see Zuberi. The healer had given her a bitter drink and some herbs to burn in her room. "This will ward off bad spirits," he had said, but his eyes told another story. Zuberi had asked for Akina. "I must speak with her," he said. "Why?" Jabali had asked. Zuberi just shook his head. He wouldn't say. What Zuberi had seen in the bones was too much to say out loud. Akina was a witch, and Chipo was next. Zuberi wanted her to confess on her own. He didn't want to stand between husband and wife, not with a secret this heavy. Now, as they ate in silence, Jabali finally cleared his throat. "Zuberi said he wants to see you. as soon as possible. Akina looked up quickly. Did he say why? No. She breathed out, slow, relief mixed with worry. I'll go see him, she said. That night they all slept in the same room again, but a wide silence stretched between them. What Akina didn't realize was that Jabali had stopped reaching for her a long time ago. No kisses, no closeness, no touching. It had all ended the day Chipo refused to sleep in her own room. So Jabali, he had gone elsewhere, deep in the forest, in secret, to find what he had been denied. To understand this, we must go back to the beginning. It was a normal afternoon. Jabali had just bathed in the river. He was walking back, drying his arms when he saw her. She moved like a reed in the wind, her waist rolling. The water can balanced on her head. She wore a green cloth that clung to her skin. Would you like help with that? He asked. The words had surprised him. He wasn't the type to talk to village girls. She stopped, not turning around. No, I can manage. He smiled. You should let me help. I really want to help you. She turned then. Her face changed when she saw who it was. Chief, I didn't know it was you. I'm sorry. There's no need to be sorry, Jabali said, stepping forward. Let me carry it. She set the water down. Jabali didn't pick it up. He looked at her instead. I know you. You're... Sekai, she said shyly. Daughter of Lovo. He smiled. Ah, yes. I've seen you before. They spoke for a while. Sekai's nerves melted. She started to laugh, even tease him. After that day, they kept meeting. First by chance, then on purpose. Jabali was charming, more charming than a chief should be. He spoke sweetly. He complimented her skin, her lips, the way she walked. He called her sugar flower and told her he dreamed of her. She giggled under the trees. She blushed when he touched her hand for the first time. She looked down when he leaned in. Then one day, after weeks of meeting, the forest was quiet that day. The birds had gone still. Even the wind seemed to hold its breath. Sekai stood with her back against the tall tree, the bark rough behind her. Jabali stood so close in front of her that she could feel the heat from his body. His eyes were fixed on hers, deep, intense, hungry. She looked away. Are you going to make me beg? Jabali asked. His voice was low, not angry, just full of something strong. Sekai laughed nervously. What do you mean, Jabali? Gone were the days she had insisted on calling him chief, her way of showing respect, of keeping some distance. But one afternoon, he had touched her chin gently and said, Call me Jabali. She had looked up, startled. He had smiled. Are you not my girl? He asked, his voice low, teasing, warm. She had blushed and looked away, a shy smile tugging at her lips. Now the distance was gone. Now she said his name freely, soft like honey on her tongue, sweet and dangerous. Jabali, stop, she would say, and every time she did, it lit a fire in him. You know what I mean, Sekai, Jabali said, voice now low and intense. She knew. Of course she knew. His eyes told her everything, the way he leaned forward, one hand resting just above her head, the way he always found a reason to touch her arm, the way he stared at her mouth when she spoke. Can I have a kiss at least? He asked, his voice like warm honey. Sekai looked down, then up again. Her cheeks were red. What about your wife? She whispered. What about Akina? Jabali didn't flinch. What about her? He said. Sekai's heart was beating too fast. She felt dizzy. You said you would marry me first. And have I lied to you before? He asked, stepping even closer. She shook her head, slowly. He smiled. That smile always melted her. It was soft, boyish, nothing like the chief everyone feared. You don't have a reason not to kiss me, he said. It's been weeks, Sekai. Have I not been patient with you? He reached out, gently tucked a lock of hair behind her ear. Her lips parted, but no words came. I will marry you, Sekai. I've already made up my mind. A chief must have many wives, he said. She looked up at him, her eyes wide, unsure. Then he leaned in, close enough to feel her breath. "Then kiss me," he said. "Just once." Her lips brushed his, and then he kissed her. Slow, careful, almost like a promise. When they pulled away, her breath caught. She looked away again, but this time she was smiling. He took her hand and placed it on his chest. "I've wanted to do that since the river," he said. Sekai giggled. "I was afraid you'd say no," he said. "Now I know you won't." He leaned in again, and as legends amongst us often say, one thing led to another. The forest held them there, locked in that moment, sweet, bold, dangerous. And that night, in the main homestead, Akina turned her back to Jabali, and Jabali turned his face to the roof, smiling. That had been weeks ago, and Jabali was still collecting benefits elsewhere. So the village of Makuru slept. But secrets in the savannah never stay buried for long. The next morning, Akina's hands were shaking. She called out Chipo, but it was Porridge who came running first, tail wagging, tongue out, jumping up like she had heard her name. Akina gave a weak smile. "Not you, Porridge." Then Chipo stepped out, rubbing her eyes. "Yes, Mother?" "I want to take you somewhere today," Akina said, avoiding her gaze. "To the next village. To see someone. A woman named Nyala." "But I already saw Zuberi," Chipo said. "He gave me those bitter herbs, remember? I don't want anything bitter again. I feel fine now, I promise." Akina's voice dropped low. "No, Chipo. We still need to go. I'm not asking, I'm telling you." She found Jabali in the yard, sitting on a low stool, sharpening a small knife, smiling to himself. "Jabali," she said carefully. He didn't even look up. "Me and Chipo, we need to go to the next village. We'll be back tomorrow morning." He nodded, still smiling. He didn't ask any questions. His mind was somewhere else. Akina shrugged and left. They walked in silence through forest. The sun was already warming the path, and the birds sang above them, but none of that settled Akina's heart. Her steps were slow, heavy. "You look worried, Mother," Chipo said. "What is it?" Akina stopped walking. Her voice came out dry. "You have a sister." Chipo blinked. "What?" "You have a sister. We're going to meet her today." "I don't understand." Chipo frowned. "You mean you had a child that Father doesn't know about?" Akina nodded. Chipo fell silent, watching her mother in shock. "She has asked to see you," Akina said. "And you already know her. She has been your friend before." "My friend?" Chipo tried to think. "A girl she had once played with?" Nothing came. "What's her name?" "Kitapo." The name hit her like cold water. "Kitapo?" she whispered. "But she's... Yes," Akina said. Now the pieces rushed together in Chipo's mind. That day, the strange man at the door, the way Akina had fallen and hit her head at the market, how frightened her mother had been, secret trips to the river and the forest. So, that was Kitapo's father. "I don't know how to feel," Chipo muttered. "I'm excited, but I'm also confused, angry." Akina nodded. "I understand. So, we're meeting her today?" "Yes." Chipo's voice shook. "Good. I have things I want to say to her." Akina smiled gently, but it faded quickly. "There's more," she said. Chipo's steps slowed. "More? You remember the fits? The shaking?" Chipo looked away. "Yes. What about them? Zuberi gave me something already." Akina stopped walking. "They weren't just seizures, Chipo." Chipo frowned. "Then what were they?" Akina looked down at the dirt path. Her voice cracked. "They were... a calling." "A what?" "My mother was a witch, Chipo. So am I. I mean, I was meant to be. But she stopped it. She kept the gift from being passed down to me." Chipo stared at her, like her world was breaking into two. Akina forced herself to go on. Now the gift. It's come for you. Chipo's knees buckled. No, she whispered. Yes, Akina said, crying now. I have made a plan with your sister, so we are going to stop it today. Chipo's breathing grew fast. Then her body stiffened. She dropped to the ground, hard. Her arms jerked. Her eyes rolled white. Chipo! Akina screamed, dropping beside her. Please, no, not again. Please! Chipo shook violently, dirt flying up around her. I'm sorry, Akina cried, holding her daughter's twitching body. I should have told you sooner. Please forgive me. The shaking stopped as fast as it had started. Chipo lay still. Her breathing was shallow. Her eyes fluttered open. She stared blankly, confused. What happened? She whispered. Akina held her close. Her tears soaked her daughter's cheek. But inside, fear was rising fast. Time was running out. Ziva and Amina were still in bed, as they always were these days, newlyweds warm, wrapped around each other. They had fallen into a rhythm, soft laughter, stolen kisses, lazy mornings. Then, a knock at the door. Ziva groaned, slipping out from under the sheets. Who interrupts lovers this early? He muttered. He opened the door. A messenger, a sealed letter. Ziva nodded, took it, and closed the door behind him. The golden seal cracked in his hand. He opened the letter. You are invited to a wedding, he read on, between Lulenga and Mamiwata. He smiled, confused, then froze. His vision blurred. His fingers trembled. His heart gone. What is it, darling? Amina's voice came from the bed, sweet and curious. He heard her but didn't hear her. Her voice sounded far, muffled. His head spun. His breath caught in his throat. Ziva, she shouted, and he snapped back. What is it? She asked again. What do you have in your hands? He looked down at the letter. An invitation, he mumbled, to a wedding. Oh, how wonderful. A wedding, she beamed. Let me see. He hesitated, then handed her the paper. She read it. Her face lit up. Lulenga and Mamiwata. She nearly squealed. That's such exciting news. Lulenga is getting married. Your friend. Your best friend. You should officiate the wedding. He did ours after all. She smiled. Ziva didn't say a word. He wanted to scream, to throw the letter into the deep, to curse the ocean itself. So this was her move. Mamiwata had gone behind his back to Lulenga, his closest ally, his brother in arms, and Lulenga had agreed. He knew. He knew about them, about him and Mamiwata. How could he say yes without even asking? Wasn't there a code? A friendship code? A brotherhood code? Something? His blood boiled. He looked at Amina, still smiling, still admiring the golden seal on the paper. She had no idea. But Ziva needed to go. He didn't know if he was going to Mamiwata or to Lulenga, but he knew he had to go. Right now. I have to go, he said, moving fast, grabbing his cloak. Amina sat up confused. Wait. Go where? I need to see to something. I'll be back before nightfall. He didn't let her ask again. He was out the door, heart pounding, fury burning through his chest. He had to stop this, before it was too late. The doors to the royal chambers slammed open. Lulenga looked up from his scrolls. His calm face shifted when he saw who it was. Ziva. And Ziva didn't look like himself. No jokes, no smirk, no playful mischief, only rage. Ziva, Lulenga said carefully, rising to his feet. I didn't expect. Spare me, Ziva cut in, his voice sharp. You're marrying Mamiwata. Lulenga straightened his shoulders. Yes. You didn't think to tell me. Ziva stepped forward. You know that she is mine. She came to me, Lulenga replied. She's free to do what she wants. Ziva's jaw twitched. You don't know how to satisfy her, Lulenga. Lulenga raised an eyebrow. And you think you do? I have, Ziva spat. You? You don't even know what she needs. Don't be so sure, Lulenga replied coolly. Ziva's hands balled into fists. So you and her have... He stopped. He didn't want to say it. He didn't want to know, but he desperately wanted to know at the same time. She spent a few days here, Lulenga said. And? Ziva asked, almost flinching. We talked. A lot. Deeply. The blood in Ziva's body turned cold. His head spun. His chest was tight. He couldn't breathe. Lulenga was playing games, being vague. Lulenga, did you touch her or not? Ziva growled. I said we had deep conversations, and we got to know each other very well, Lulenga replied, but his tone was wicked, too calm. But if I touched her, what would you do, Ziva's hand hovered over the hilt of his sword. You'd draw that blade? Lulenga asked, voice low. Start a war over a woman you didn't choose. I chose her in every way that mattered. You chose someone else for your crown, Lulenga snapped, and now you want her back because you see someone else holding her. Ziva growled. She is using you. And I am using her too, Lulenga shot back. That's the deal, a queen for a king, she knows it, I know it. You can't keep her, Ziva warned. She's wild. She'll destroy you. I'm not scared of her, Lulenga replied. You should be. There was silence between them. Heavy. Burning. Ziva's voice dropped. You are not worthy of her. And yet, Lulenga smiled, I'm the one she invited into her bed. Ziva lunged, half a step, and Lulenga flinched, grabbing his own blade. But Ziva stopped. If he pulled his sword now, it would be war. He was shaking. His body was boiling. He had never felt this kind of jealousy before. You are not her king, he growled. Strange. She sure made me feel like one during our deep conversations. Their eyes locked. Hatred. History. Hurt. Then, without warning, Ziva turned and stormed out, slamming the doors so hard the stone walls shuddered. Far away, in her own kingdom, Mamiwata sat on her throne of coral and pearls, watching her attendants swim past. She smiled. She had made sure the invitation reached Ziva's hands. Personally, she knew him. She knew what he would do next, and she hoped the boys would behave and not kill each other. And that, my dear tribe, brings us to the end of yet another episode in our Lion People, Mermaids and Witches series. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. This week the tension thickens. Paka, along with both his parents, has been captured, and somewhere in the heavens, Naraka waits, impatient and hungry for chaos, ready to be summoned into the fray. Meanwhile, Zuberi requests an audience with Akina. He knows what is happening to Chipo and what Akina truly is. But there's more. Things brewing behind the scenes, secrets, forbidden desires. Deep within the forest, Jabali and Sekai have been indulging in the forbidden fruit. And lately, Jabali seems content. He no longer hungers for Akina. On the road to the next village, Akina finally breaks her silence. She tells Chipo the truth. Kitapo is her sister, and yes, she is a witch too, but they're working on a way to change that, to protect her. Chipo's heart can't bear it. She collapses, convulsing, and Akina can do nothing but scream her name. Far beyond the waves, love and betrayal cross paths. Ziva and Amina share tender moments until a letter arrives. Mamiwata and Lulenga have been promised to each other. Ziva is furious. He storms off to confront Lulenga, warning him to back off, but Lulenga refuses. He will not yield. In the depths of her kingdom, Mamiwata smiles. Let them rage, let them fight. She hopes they don't destroy each other, because really, where's the fun in that? What happens next, we'll just have to wait and see. Until then, stay wild, stay curious, and stay ready for what's to come. Want to support the channel and become an even bigger part of our tribe? You can join for as little as the cost of a coffee each month. Your support helps me continue creating the content you love, but of course, just having you here is already more than enough. Thank you for being part of this journey. A warm and heartfelt thank you to all the amazing tribe members who have chosen to join and support this incredible journey. Your belief in this channel means the world to me, and I'm so glad to have you along for the ride. And as always, thank you for watching our story, and we hope you enjoyed it. What lessons did you draw from this story? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and be part of the tribe. Thank you for watching The Tales of the Savannah. We will see you next time in the Savannah.